My name is Andrew Stephen Rose. Welcome to the show. For years, I've been known as the gym guy. This show isn't about the gym. Some of it might be, but most of it, it's about business, it's about health, it's about your life, your relationships, and optimizing all of it to be the best you can be.
So I actually started a podcast in 2018, and I just talked about fitness, training. I interviewed some people I thought were cool, but it needed more. It just left me needing more. I was not fulfilled, if that makes sense. You know, after 21 years of training, I allowed that to define me. I was just a trainer. I was just a coach. And I sort of lived that role and almost typecast myself. So after a long hiatus and wanting to start this podcast back up again, I was trying to figure out where I wanted to take it. What route I wanted to take, the types of people I wanted to talk to, the type of content that I wanted to make. And I really did a lot of self-reflection about what is it that I do? What is it that I'm really good at? And obviously I'm drawing from my experience in coaching, but where I've found the most fulfillment isn't the actual training part. Now, training's important, of course. Nutrition's important. Absolutely. But where I've had the most profound impact on the people that I've worked with is how we make their lives better. How is it that, what are the things on the day-to-day basis that they're struggling with that if we improve on those, it will carry over to their training and their nutrition and the way that they approach just how they feel about themselves. And as my career has progressed, I've really niched down the people that I work with. And now that I'm 41, I've got a family, I've got businesses, life's changed a lot. So my most attractive client, the person that I'm the most connected with are guys. And it's, once we're over the age of 35, life changes a lot. So really where I've spent the most of my focus these last few years is how do I impact this group of guys in a way that will make a lasting change. So a big part of creating this podcast is obviously to bring in some different personalities and different perspectives, right? Whether it's fitness related or business related, nutrition, relationships, all of it, because I think there's a gaping hole of resources once we're over the age of 35. Of what now? Like, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to handle things? And one of the biggest things I see is how do we take care of ourselves? How do we improve our situation? How do we leave a better impact, whether it's on our family, our employees, our clients? So really the whole impetus behind this podcast is to build better humans. I've spent 20 plus years building stronger humans, and I'm pretty damn good at it. But where I'm the most excited is to talk to people that have been through some shit, that have come through the other side, and who are actively trying to leave an impact on humanity that's, this day and age, like, look what's happening around us. I think that's one of the most important things that we can do, not just for ourselves, but for the future generation, for our kids, to change the course of the way that we've evolved, so to speak. I think when you look back at the way that certain things were done, just the way that we acted and we treated people, even 30, 40, 50 years ago, just as the way that we took care of ourselves and the way that we took care of our families and The way that we approached being intentional with little things, like the way that we dressed. We've gotten lazy culturally. And I think kind of getting back to that, I don't want to call it old school, but really it's, when I was trying to define what I wanted to talk about in this podcast, and I think about the life that I've lived and the lessons that I've learned and the things that I value, like, it's a little bit old school. And I think it's a perfect time to think about bringing some of that old school back, from holding a door to, I don't know, getting your hair cut every week, to teaching your kids that, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, to taking pride in your appearance physically, taking pride in your health, whether it's physical or mental. But also, like, if you need help or you're struggling to find resources, it's like, let's get connected with people who can make a difference. So yes, does it improve your physical presence, the way you look? Sure. Does it improve your business? Absolutely. Does it improve your family life? Sure. Relationships? Absolutely. And I think building this podcast around creating an environment where we just get better. So we'll have a little bit of fun with it. I've got some really cool guests that I want to talk to and people that are already lined up. And to me, the ultimate goal is to learn, to grow, to get a little bit better, even if it's 1% a day in some area. If you can improve the way that you approach your nutrition, the same way you improve the way that you approach how you take care of yourself, how you talk to your kids, how you run your business, if it's these little tiny incremental changes, incremental improvements, everything's going to get better.